Greetings, my dudes, and welcome back to the Survival Guide, Bedrock Edition. I'm your boy, Psycho, and we have an episode planned today. I can't say whether it's going to be great or not, but that's for you to decide. As I said at the end of the last episode, I used the iron and I smelted it up. I made us an iron pickaxe, as well as a bucket, and as you can see, some iron armor, as well as an iron sword. We're pretty set, except in one category. I have no food. No food in my inventory. I have no food in my chest. So, we absolutely have to get some food today. Some sort of renewable source of food. So, we're gonna build a fence and find some cows. Probably cut down some trees. Yeah, you know, the normal stuff. But before we do anything, let's put this iron pickaxe to good use. And there's our first diamond of the game, as well as our second diamond of the game. And how about our third, fourth, and fifth diamonds of the game as well? Absolutely. So after the previous episode, I did move around a little bit and grab some more iron because, like I said, I wanted to make that iron bucket. And as I did, I will tell you guys this. Over there, up there, all down through there, a little bit over there, some over there. There's diamond everywhere. We are not going to have to worry about diamonds very long. So, I want to make sure we have the things we need to move forward. We have some arrows. We've got a bow. I really need to make some room in here for these diamonds because I don't want to take them with me. Let's just put them here, and we'll go ahead and let's take the dirt with us just in case we need to fill in some holes. And we're going to go back to the surface, and I'll see you guys up there. Ooh, on the way out, I don't see a wandering trader. I see some llamas. We want these leads. We could definitely use these leads to bring some cows with us. I'm not 100% sure that we're going to actually make the cow breeder today, but we are definitely going to get some cows. So, we're going to head back out, and as you can see, there's diamonds everywhere. Diamonds all up in there. So I'll meet you guys on the surface, as I said. Alright, as we re-emerge on the surface, I see a chicken. We're going to go ahead and kill this chicken, because we're going to need it. We're going to need it for food. There's more chickens here. We're going to go ahead and take the food that we can from these chickens, just so we have it while we're trying to find our cows. Because when we find the cows, we're not going to kill the cows. Because we need to capture the cows. There's one there. But before we even capture cows, we absolutely have to have somewhere to put them, correct? So we're going to start with making some fences in our crafting table. We're just going to make a whole stack of that, as well as some sticks. And let's make half a stack of fences to start with. Probably be fine. And let's go ahead and set them up. Let's just set them up here. We'll go ahead and I was gonna cook this chicken up first, but we're all right on food right this minute. So we're just gonna go ahead and set these fences up. Probably do a 10 by 10 square here. And then we're going to leave it open right there, because we're going to need that spot to get the cows in. So the reason I went with the leads is because we don't currently have any wheat. And that's going to be another goal in the episode today, is to make a quick, simple, easy to use wheat farm. We're going to move around and gather up the grass as we go as well. That way we can hopefully find some seeds. We have a few seeds, but definitely not enough. And if we find a water source, we're definitely going to plant some sugarcane next to it, or even make our own little sugarcane patch with the water bucket that we have. So here's our first cow. Victim number 1. We're going to grab this cow with the lead, and if we just pull it along, it'll come with us. No need to have the wheat, although it is easier to have the wheat. In Java Edition, you can keep the wheat in your offhand. However, in Bedrock, you cannot. The good thing about a lead is you can put anything you want in your hand as long as the lead is connected. So we have the cow in here, and we can go ahead and fence it off and then release the lead. So we'll just move on out, patch the fence back up, and we're going to place a block in a spot to... No, we're not going to place a block. We're just going to come up and put the next cow back in there by tearing down the fence. But first we have to find that other cow. And would you look at that? The cow found itself. I did not put that cow in there during the time lapse. I honestly did not. But we'll roll with it. I did find a little bit of coal, so we can use that to cook up this chicken. Right now, I'm gathering hopefully some more seeds. We're going to find a flat spot. We're going to make a little wheat farm. After gathering some of these seeds up. And then if we do see a sheep up here, I'm going to go ahead and kill it and take the wool, because I did not make any iron scissors. And in a future episode, we're actually going to start gathering up some sheep as well. But for now, we just need cows. So to cook this chicken up, we need a furnace. And we're going to go ahead and get this chicken cooking. I have 3 pieces of coal here. I also have some pork chops. Let's do the pork chops because the saturation is much higher on the pork chops. And we also need a hoe. So, and let's go ahead and make a shovel while we're at it as well. So, in order to make this little wheat farm, first thing we're going to do is dig a little hole in a spot. We'll find our spot. We'll do it right here. So in our hole, we're going to want to place our water bucket. And we can replenish the water down here when we're ready to. And then we just want to hoe out 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4 in every direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're just going to fill in the holes. So once your patch is hoed out, you're going to want to wait for it to turn this darker shade here. The reason you want it to be that darker shade is that is more fertile soil. It's got the water, has obviously got to the soil. So you want to find these dark patches here and start planting your seeds. Once your seeds are empty, no big deal. You can just wait until the wheat grows, harvest the wheat, and the wheat will drop seeds as well as wheat, and then you can just continue to plant it. So we're going to go ahead and let this garden continue to grow, and I'll see you guys when that's ready. So the garden has grown a bit, and we got a little bit of wheat. Still got some more growing to do, and we'll let it do that in the background while I show you guys this. So we're going to want to multiply these cows. We're going to want a lot of cows. So grab the wheat and hit the use button. You'll get the hearts, and they'll make boom, baby cow. And you're going to continue to do this. Now, the cattle and all other animals as well can only go into love mode every so often. So you can't make them breed immediately after they finish breeding. It takes a small cooldown. But you keep doing that over and over, and you'll get a lot of cows. As the cows grow, you can continue to breed more of them. And although it sounds like an odd thing, I can guarantee you that there will be no deformities in the cows, even though you're inbreeding them all. And we have another cow out here. I'm just going to take it out. So the cows. Breeding the cows gives us beef. Also, breeding the cows gives us leather. Leather is needed to make books as well as leather boots if you want to go into the snowy peaks and not have to worry about falling in the deep snow. The deep snow can freeze you to death. It is dangerous. However, if you have leather boots, you can walk on the snow. And if you're playing in Java Edition, you will also get the achievement or advancement called Light as a Rabbit. If you guys want to know what that's like, what the achievements are and advancements in the Java Edition, definitely go check out my other series, the Java Edition Survival Guide. And I'll put a card for that in the end screen, as well as in the description down below. In the meantime, our pork chops are done. We're going to grab that chicken out of there. And we're also out of coal again. So we need to get a larger number of food source. We need to find some coal. And then we're going to probably go look for some diamonds. We need 1 diamond pickaxe. And with that diamond pickaxe, we'll be able to get some obsidian. We're going to need to harvest the cows for the leather. And the sugarcane. Ooh, the sugarcane. I almost forgot about the sugarcane. So, how do you grow sugarcane? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go on down to the water here. In the meantime, also trying to take out as much of this grass as we can, get as much seeds as we can, expedite this wheat growing process. So, we're going to go down here to the water and grab a bucket of water. And I'm going to show you how to work the sugarcane farm. So to grow sugarcane, it can only be planted on dirt, grass, sand, and it can only be planted right next to a water block. So we're going to dig that out there. We're going to place a water block, and then we're going to go ahead and dig 5 out. Let's do 5. We'll do 5 for now. We can add more to it later as well. So the sugarcane, as I said, can only be placed next to a water block. Not just a block of water, but it has to be a source. We can also fill this in and make this all water sources, very simply. We have to have an endless water source first. And to do that, we're going to grab another bucket of water, go back to the current water source we have, and place this bucket 2 blocks over from the current water source. So our water source is right here. So we're going to go 1, 2, boom, infinite water source, skip 2, and just go back and forth like that. And we'll come up with infinite water source. So the sugarcane can be placed on any adjacent block next to those water sources. So we can place them all the way down here. We can place them on the ends, and we can place it all the way down this side. Sugarcane will grow up to 3 blocks high. What I do is when I'm early in game like this and I need it, as soon as it's the second block, I just take out the second block and continue planting it. Once I have everything planted, depending on how quick I need the sugarcane, I'll wait till it's 3 blocks high, or sometimes I'll just take it out. So we're going to wait for the sugarcane to grow, and we're going to make some paper, books. We're going to breed the cows and get some more food as well as some leather. And then I'm going to do that off camera, and then I will see you guys in a minute. All right. So I finally got the wheat field completely filled in. As you can see here, I've harvested the wheat multiple times to get the seeds. I've got the sugarcane field filled in, and as I was doing all that, I was chopping down wood and I was breeding the cattle. And as you can see, we have plenty of cows here. So I also moved around as animals came and I killed them. So let's look at our food source now. We have 5 cooked mutton, 9 apples, 8 pork chops, 3 pieces of chicken, and 14 beef. And we could actually get more beef if we wanted to take them out right now. But for now, we're just going to leave them because we want them to eventually go into a cow farm. And we don't want to have to overbreed them again. So what else did we get? I also cut down trees. I got a bunch of wood, which I turned into charcoal, made some torches because we're going to need those for the next step. And I went ahead and grabbed a stack of sand for our next build. The copper and the iron I picked up on the way up. Got a little bit of white wool. I had more than the one, but I turned some into carpets so we can place over the top. We're able to use these carpets to climb in and out of the fence without having to have gates, but the cattle cannot use it, however. We also managed to pick up some feathers and some eggs. I threw my axe in here. I got plenty of oak saplings. I planted the birch saplings that I got. We got some leather. And we also managed to get an extra piece of wheat, 4 seeds, and a piece of sugarcane. So we're going to take one last look, make sure there's no sugarcane to pick up, and we're going to harvest any of the wheat that we're able to real quick, place it in the chest, and then we're going to head back down into the caves. And I'll see you guys down there. So we're on our way back down. We see some diamonds here. I'm going to go ahead and grab them, and we're going to get back to the starter base, or the underground starter base. It's just a starter base. It's not going to be our permanent setup. But it's a pretty cool place. But that's not what we ultimately want. If you remember from the first episode, what we really want, is a lush cave. We want a lush cave. But we're going to grab some of the resources as we head over, and we're going to talk a little bit as we go as well. If we see any dark areas in the immediate presence of us, the immediate area, we need to light that stuff up as best as possible. Okay, there's a dark area here we're going to have to light up. Take out these mobs, and we're also going to have to eat. So if you remember from the last episode, like I said, mobs will spawn anywhere with a light level of 0. In the previous versions of Minecraft, hostile mobs would spawn with a light level of 7 or less. Now it has to be a light level of 0. Absolutely no light in order for these hostile mobs to spawn now. So makes things a lot easier. Makes spawning make a lot more sense for sure. So we're going to go ahead and pick up this redstone, any diamonds that we see. Hopefully some more iron as well. Look at that. Redstone leads to diamonds. How about that? So we're going to go down here, and let's actually put a torch in there just in case. We're going to grab these diamonds. We have our bucket of water, so we can also trek out across the lava. So what's up for the rest of the episode? Well, I would like to build some sort of starter house down here. I know this isn't our permanent area, but we're not quite ready to explore too deep yet. So we need somewhere safe while we are down here. So I would say we want some sort of starter house. And I think the best block to use to make this starter house is going to be deep slate. We don't have enough deep slate to do that yet. So we're going to want to gather some deep slate, any of the resources we can find while we're doing it. But what are we going to do to make the episode a bit more interesting while we do this? Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to talk. We're going to talk about the series. We're going to talk about the goals. And we're just going to listen to me talk, because that's what I love to do. I love to talk. My wife tells me all the time I talk too much. But I think in a situation such as this, where you guys are trying to be entertained by me, it's best that I talk, and talk a lot. So we're going to drop down a few more torches to get rid of the spawn areas around here, make sure we're completely lit up. And then we're going to come over here. The first thing I want to do before we really get into it is I want to maybe make a stairway to the surface over here by our spawn area, or by our starter area. That way we don't have to trek too far just to get back out. So our starter area is right over here, and I actually started a staircase before, but didn't have enough torches to keep going. So we're going to go ahead and take this up to the surface. What is up to? Oh, that's right. We ran into an Amethyst Geode up here. I forgot about that. So there's an Amethyst Geode up here. Amethyst is so cool. You can use the amethyst to make tinted glass and other things, but I just think the Amethyst Geodes are so amazing. Kind of went up around it. I don't think I made it quite to the surface, but we're going to go up as high as we can that I've already made, and then we're going to take it the rest of the way up. And then we'll come back down and grab any of the resources that we found in these stairs and work our way back down to the bottom to our spawn area. So let's get through that. Then we'll have an easy access route in and out of the cave. All right, guys, that goes into an ocean. We don't want that. So we're going to come back down, light this area back up. We'll figure out something else as far as our staircase goes later. We obviously need to turn it back, because that's clearly not the spot that we want it to be. We're going to grab this lapis. There was some gold down there. I think we're going to leave the gold for now. Oh, there we go. We don't need that string right now. We'll drop the string, grab the lapis, get this all lit back up. So spawns can't happen in here. Work our way back down. There's some copper here as well we'll grab. All right, so now we're back to the bottom. I think we've got all of our torches. Hopefully the water didn't take any of it out. All right, let's go ahead and clean our inventory up a little bit. So we've got a couple of stacks of deep slate, but not much. Definitely want to use some tough as well. However, we need more area for our chest. So let's take the grindstone and move it. Place the grindstone right there for now. And we're going to make another chest. That way we can double this bad boy up. We have more room, so we're going to throw in leads, rotten flesh. We're going to go ahead and make our first diamond tool of the world, our diamond pickaxe. Then we're going to throw the rest of the diamonds back in there. The lapis. We'll throw in the raw iron, the copper. We'll go ahead and go over here and disenchant this for some levels. And then we'll even smelt it down. So we're going to throw in just one of those. Throw that in there, smelt it down into a nugget. All of our redstone, gold, all that stuff can go in there. Tough. We definitely want to keep a stack of cobblestones. So we'll keep a stack of cobblestone. We'll throw in the leather. Keep our food. We'll keep a stack of wood. Throw in our sand. And I think that will do it. We'll keep the bow on us just in case. Shovel. We'll go ahead and actually make another shovel. Let's go ahead and make 2 more shovels. And 2 more stone pickaxes. And another iron sword. Let's make another iron sword. So we'll smelt this up. Throw that in there. Smelt that up. We actually probably need about that much. We'll smelt that up, and once that's smelted up, we'll get ready to start mining and chatting. All right, we're set. So we're just mostly looking to gather supplies, so we want to try to stay in a good Y coordinates, good for everything. The only thing we're not for sure not going to get down here is coal. Coal has to be up high, but from where we're at right now, there is no iron, so we're actually going to drop down to Y negative 32-ish, and then we're going to start digging into the side of the caves. What we're going to do here is branch mine. So I think right here would be a good spot, and we're going to start branch mining right here, and we're going to talk while we do it. So my goals for the season, I want to build a lot of builds. The more builds we can build, the better it will be. I want to beat the dragon fast. I want to beat the dragon within the first 10 episodes. So we're currently on episode 2. So everything we do from this point forward is going to be to gear up to defeat the dragon. So what do we need to defeat the dragon? Well, we want full netherite armor. Absolutely 100% full netherite. If it's not full netherite armor, it's not good enough for us. But just having netherite armor isn't good enough. We want it to be fully enchanted with some of the best enchantments we can get. We don't want to die at all fighting this dragon. We want to have our best chances possible to beat the dragon in the first shot without dying by episode 10. So, within the next few episodes, we're going to be making the starter house down here. I'm going to make a starter house off camera, just a little hut on the surface as a good AFK spot for gathering wheat and food, and sugarcane up top. Full enchantment setup, which means a lot of sugarcane is going to have to be harvested. We're going to need to enchant. We're going to have to get netherite. which means we're going to have to get ancient debris, which means we're going to have to soon go to the nether. But again, before we go to the nether, we want to make sure we got some good armor and some good enchantments. So full diamond armor, full diamond tools. We're going to want to find a nether fortress. We're going to want to find ancient debris. All of that all comes within the next 8 episodes, because by episode 10, I want to defeat the dragon. That way, by episode 11, we can find an end city with an end ship, and we can get our elytra, and then we can start truly exploring what this new Minecraft 1.18 has to offer us on the overworld and the surface. We'll spend a lot of our time down in the caves beforehand, and we'll get to explore these caves. The next episode, hopefully, will be a lot of exploring of the caves, making sure we're set up, got everything we need to make full diamond armor. We want a full set of diamond enchanted armor, and then we will turn that into netherite. Also, we're going to want mending on everything, which means within the next 2 episodes, we're going to find a village. We might do that next episode, find a village, explore a little bit, get the villagers over here. It might be the next episode. It might be the episode after that. But very soon we're going to find villagers. And we're going to bring 2 villagers over here. We're going to make sure we have a cleric villager to sell all this rotten flesh to we're going to get. And we're going to have a librarian so we can get mending. If we can get mending, my guys, it's going to be so amazing. Mending is probably the best enchantment you can get, because every time you kill something, a mob, and you pick up that experience, that goes back to repairing your tool, and therefore your tools never break. Couple that with unbreaking and efficiency. I mean, there's just the endless possibilities there. So we're definitely going to work on getting some great enchantments. Again, I'm going to have off camera time to get set up. The way I have the paper and the leather that we need, so that we can create the enchantment setup that we need to make those enchantments a possibility. Is it just me, or are we not seeing anything in this tunnel yet? This is actually a really good coordinate, -33. There should be iron, gold, lapis, redstone, and diamonds here. I understand it's not super low, and the lower you go, the more diamonds you're going to get, but what I would have figured we'd have found something by now. Maybe we'll find a spot and kind of veer off a little bit. So, within the next few episodes, we're going to explore and find a village, make sure we have everything for the enchantment set up. We want full diamond armor and tools with enchantments before we go into the nether. When we go into the nether, we're going to go mining for ancient debris. Then we're going to apply that ancient debris and turn it into netherite scraps and turn that into netherite ingots. And apply that to all of our tools and armor. And then we'll have fully enchanted netherite armor and tools. And then from there, we will go defeat the dragon and then find an end city with an end ship and elytra. And then from there, what are we going to do? Well, like I said, I want mega builds. I would like to build a castle. I would like to build a pyramid. I would like to build a full villager trading hall with every villager possible. Iron farm. Iron farm is a necessity, and that will probably come before the end dragon as well. We're going to do some great things. As we're talking, we have now picked up almost 2.5 stacks of the deep slate. So let's finish this stack up. And then we'll go back and do our starter house build down here before ending the episode. All right, so back over here, we're going to smelt up this wood to make some coal. And then after the wood is smelted up and we have the charcoal, we're then going to smelt up every stack of the cobbled deep slate that we got. So let's look at what we have in terms of the cobbled deep slate. Just from our mining expedition just now, we have 3 stacks of the cobbled deep slate. We picked up 23 tough already in here. That makes 4 stacks of cobbled deep slate, 5 stacks of cobbled deep slate, plus another 20 pieces of cobbled deep slate. We're going to take and smelt all of this up, and we're going to use the tough and the cobbled deep slate to make our build. So once that's all smelted up, we'll discuss what variants we're going to use as well. All right, a whole lot later, we finally have a decent amount of deep slate. And now we really want to talk about what different variants of deep slate we want. So this is how many stacks of deep slate we have here. We still got a little bit of cobbled deep slate that hasn't been transitioned yet. Oh, look, there's another stack. We still have a little bit of cobbled deep slate that's still being smelted, but it's no big deal. So what kind of variants do we want? Well, I'm going to start with deep slate is what I want. I want it to kind of blend in. Then we'll use different variants for, the floor and the walls. But we're going to start with just building the face of the build. And what we want is to, kind of texture it. So I want the front of it to come across there. So I think what I'm going to do, I want this texture on the outside most of the way. So we're going to go like that. And then we're going to go across this way. And as you can see, what that does is it kind of changes the texture up a little bit. And so I'm just going to kind of, mix it up a little bit. And we're going to put the face all the way across. And we're going to leave the door probably about where that torch is at. About right there. And then after that's done, I'll come back and see you guys. So the front's done. Now we just need to do the roof up top. We'll fill in the roof, and then I think we'll have a pretty good start. So here is the basis of what the inside's going to look like. We're going to come back here just a little bit later in the series. We're actually going to change out these walls. I kind of like how it's a little bit different. If you look, it's kind of textured weird. I like that on the front, but we're going to want to come back with some cobbled deep slate and make some smooth deep slate tiles and stuff. And what we'll do is use the deep slate stone bricks and all that wonderful, wonderful textures that they have, that they added in 1.17, and place it throughout here. We might even come in with some of the sand I have to smelt up some glass, put some windows in the front. This thing I'd built here while we were waiting, and the stairs just go up to a water elevator up to the surface. It's a little bit quicker, I think, than what we were doing before, cycling our way through there. So we have the front of it. We have a ceiling on it. We're going to put some rooms on it, maybe do that off of camera. And in the meantime, I think we're pretty much good. We just need one more little piece, and that, my friends, is going to be a door. But what kind of door do we want? Well, I think I like the idea of the birch door on the front. It's just a little bit different. It stands out. And as well, we want to put a door on the back as well. We'll have to figure out something else with that, because that's not going to fly there. I think I'll push this back one, put that over the top. It'll be perfect. So that's all we got in this one. Between the episodes, I'll go through, probably gather some more resources and show you guys what I was able to gather off of stream, to include diamonds, redstone, iron, anything I can get. I'll explore these caves a little bit. If I find something awesome, I will definitely show you guys. I do know there's a lot of diamonds and gold in here. We're going to gather all of that. We'll have to get some more coal because we're running short on that. And I'm just going to continue to work with the cows and stuff. Next episode, what are we going to do? Well, I guess if you want to know, you're going to have to turn your notifications on. Subscribe, ring the bell, smash the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Hopefully, anyways.